Good morning. Today's topic is casting solidification. It's a continuous version of the casting process. Right, yeah, you can see some liquid to solid transformation is I have placed. It's a symbolic representation. We will see how liquid to solid transformation is going to affect the casting process. Okay, you can't simply say just melt the metal and put it in a shape, you will get output. And we have seen some allowance also how these transformation can affect that allowance, that also we will see. Okay, now before we going to see the original thing, let us check with some existing idea. That's nothing but a temperature time curve for water. At minus 50 degree you can see everything is ice. If you are increasing the temperature and slowly it will reach, and it will reach 0 degree. At 0 degree what it will happen, first drop of water will be produced. Then still keep on, if you are increasing the temperature and time, and in this end point 99% will be water and remaining 1% will be in ice. Then if we are increasing the temperature, it became water only. Then at 100 degrees Celsius, everyone know that it's a boiling temperature. So first vapor will be, or steam, not vapor, steam will be produced. And if you are keep on increasing the temperature, that amount of steam will be increased, and here 99% steam, 1% water. Still if you are increasing the time and temperature, you will get steam, not the water. You got the basic idea, right? Where it will go. Now here it's a temperature time curve for the casting general layout, and I love to thank the website, those who provided this diagram. It's very nice. I am not creating this diagram, just I have taken from one website. I love to thank. First we are taking material at liquid temperature, at pouring temperature, that is 1, and you can see the bottom side, it will be in what temperature, it will be in room temperature. Now let me take 0.1, right? Then slowly, if you are after melting into melting temperature, you are pouring into the cavity. So pouring temperature, slowly it will go to second point. As you can see, liquid contraction during cooling prior to solidification. Yes, absolutely. Second is during phase transformation. Yes, absolutely. Here it's full of liquid, and this temperature, first drop of solidification will be taking place, and at the end everything will be solid. Then after that, what is happening after that, if you see, so assume that so you're taking some XX alloy and the solidification temperature is 800 degree. Then 800 degree to room temperature, here only the heat dissipation will take place, and it will be in fourth point, room temperature. Let us take one small example. In the railway track, you guys are already seen, we are not going to heat anything, right? The normal atmosphere temperature and pressure going to make something changes, so that they are making small gap in order to avoid the thermal expansion. Remember, we are not going to produce any heat. Normal temperature which is received from the sun is going to play a role. Assume that mild steel or cast iron, whatever the material we use to build the railway tracks, is experience heat up to 100 degrees Celsius, and for thermal expansion also going to happen. To tolerance that thermal expansion only, we are going to maintain a small gap. The same thing in winter, and our India, most of the places not going to minus, but anyway I'm telling, if it is minus 10 degree, that material will contract, right? So that space will be adjusted. So you got the basic idea what is going to happen with 3 to 4, and 1 to 2, 2 to 3 already we have checked with water. And if you are not understand, we'll go for one more diagram. And here also I personally thank the website, the one who provided this diagram and explanation. It's very nice. You can see it's a pouring temperature is a horizontal line, pouring temperature. When you are taking the material, it started pouring, then what will happen? First it is liquid is started cooling, then first it will freeze, and it will produce first solid over here, small piece. Then later it will be cooled, and you can see the local solidification time will take place. Once it is reached enough, then you can see freezing will be complete. Freezing complete means solid workpiece is formed, but we cannot go and take that solid workpiece because it will be in high temperature. So we need some cooling time. So cooling time will be like this, curves will be like this only, so that this end will be room temperature. Once it is reached, you can go and take the workpiece. You guys don't forget about the allowance, right? Machining allowance we are given, or cooling allowance, taper allowance we are given, right? Similarly, we are also given string gauge allowance, distortion allowance also we have given. Those things are connected over here, don't forget. And what about the solidification time? It's when it is leaving the furnace, that we are going to take that's a pouring temperature up to the solidification in freezing temperature. So this much big will be the solidification time. Okay, so if we are making any casting or welding process, how the grains are growing, another is another question. Let me check where it will be. First grains will be started. It will be start with the edges. Okay, because those things will be normal temperature. Center will be in very hot. It will be go from outer to inverse side only. So outside to inside, or outside surface to core. Simply say surface to core. That's the best word we can describe over here. You can see chill zone is available, so immediately it will cool. So you can see the grains are very small, but in core it took more time. First it have to cool, then this layer will cool, and this layer will cool, and finally it will reach to core. So you can see I have told one more allowance while discussing the allowance title, and you can see this is that allowance, how it's going to. So phase different type of structures like columnar zone, equiax zones will be made in some alloys, that depending upon the cooling rate and how long they are holding the temperature, the grain size will be very big. You can see how the dendritic will be formed over here. It's a columnar uniform structure is available, and you can see in the corner how it's affecting the heat dissipation, how here it is made and how here it is made. You can check, right? So it will be like this only. Here it will be coarse grain will be available, and the end it will be in fine grain, no problem. So some of the examples I have taken from the research article. I think I have forget, and here some evidence from where I have taken. I personally thank that guy, right? It will be like this only, liquid, and it is solid. When it's became freeze, it will be like this only. It is very micro level. You can't imagine, and you cannot see it in our eyes. You can see the solidification, but you cannot see this type of arrangement and movements, right? So thanks for watching. I'm not expert in the physical metallurgy or any other things. Up to my knowledge, I have given the explanation. Still, if you have any doubt, you can make the comment. I will try to give a better answer with a nice example. Thanks.